Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, August 17, 2016, 11:21 p.m., Birmingham. Some words of knowledge here, and I want to tell you how and where ISIS, that started out IS, and who turned them into ISIL. I've got it right here. But first I need to tell you what happened between the two parties running for president of this country, because it is part of this. Don't give up your rights, liberty, and freedom with Clinton. You will give these up. With Trump, you will keep your rights, your liberty, and your freedom. When Noah walked off of the ark, they went forward. And at one point, Nimrod, this is later down the line, became the only person with power. Nimrod started building the Tower of Babel. But when I say power, he started growing big. People didn't know. All they knew is that he was a powerful man and they feared him. So then God confused their tongue, and they went out and formed 70 nations upon the earth. And we were not part of that 70, but later in time, we did break off from France, and we came here and started the United States. So we're not even mentioned among that 70. But we have come a long way, and now we're at a point. We are now at a, are we going to be free or not? This is what we're voting for. Clinton said freedom of worship. That's not what the Constitution says. It says freedom of religion. Constitution has separate church and state. And it says that to keep the state out of the church, not the other way. But today it's been reversed. The state is now telling the church what to do, such as furnish one of the two restrooms. If a guy gets up and his ding dong feels he wants to go to the ladies' restroom, then they have to let him. Also, they're taxing the property of a lot of churches as punishment, because these churches has defied these stupid laws that they're trying to enact upon them with, the church. It'd be better not being a church if they have to defy the Bible and teach people the Bible is wrong. It'd be better to fold up rather than break that God's law right there in front of a lot of people. The Clintons, only Clintons, have turned the U.S. into an entitlement community. They alone dumbed down most blacks, most Hispanics, and most others, which are Muslim, and a few whites, not many, but a few. And now we're going to talk about where ISIS came from and how easily it fits into Clinton's agenda. Angola banned Islam, with more countries about to follow them. Some have already started. Angola, get this now, an African country that is on the Atlantic facing South America, banning Islam. But yet we're scooping them in like they're long lost babies or something. So with Angola banning Islam, now Yemen, that started out being just a small country of idiots, now have become a breeding ground for Islamic terrorists. It's like Muslim breeds evil, and the end result is Islam. Then radical Islam. Then radical Islamic. And look, they're all Arabs. All Arabs are Muslim. There's no way around it. So don't jump on me, jump on the Bible. That's where it came from, by the way, and I have a study on it I'm going to bring you. Yemen became a terrorist group, or inside Yemen, Iran came in and decided that they wanted to build a terrorist group and form one. So they did. And you've heard of it, called the Houthis. And they wanted the Houthis to travel up the Red Sea, which is on the western shore, headed north until they came to Mecca, and there's the Black Stone. They wanted Yemen, or they wanted the Houthis to destroy the Black Stone. And I did something about this not too long ago. But remember, there's a lot of different organizations or groups of people, as I called 50 states. So you have Alabamians, Georgians, Mississippians, Tennesseans, and, so over there it's kind of the same thing. But the Sunni and the Shia are the biggest of the two, and they control the rest of them, more or less. So now the Houthis are being paid by Iran and by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, for them not to hurt them, and from Iran to go ahead and do their job. Well, they didn't do it. So Iran dropped the Houthis. But yet some of those split off. And then here comes another group. And Iran called this group IS, I-S. But they pronounced it ICE. And it had, at this time, no specific agenda. Then steps in Obama, and by Obama and Clinton and the money bags of the whole thing, George Soros. They got Iran to build this group, ICE, but yet all along Obama kept calling them ISIL, because he wanted to pound home the fact, do not forget your main objective as being ISIL, that is to kill the Jews. It's Obama's goal as well, by the way. So they made it to Benghazi, took out the Libyan president, Gaddafi, and the reason is it's much larger than Yemen. It's not really closer than where they want to go, but yet they still have to cross Egypt, and they have to keep their heads hanging down when they do so. They can't go through Egypt with their head up or they get it chopped off. But they were formed and built by promised money, okay? Iran did it on a promise. And Iran was certainly rewarded this year by that promised money. That promised money came at the tune of $150 billion. Now, since Libya is so large, there are now many training groups, as Yemen still is, and these groups are still for hire. But right now, Iran is paying the bulk of all their bills and making ISIS bigger. When we call them ISIS, Obama still calls them ISIL. But $150 billion not only did that, but it also went on to make a promised payment to the Russians to deliver those S-300s that they promised. But again, they had to kill Gaddafi to get that to happen. Well, I'm going to end this. There's a lot more, a whole lot more, but we're going to start down to the dumbing down and lead right into what's happening in Wisconsin out of this group. And needless to say, it's just beginning. Jody Wolf Expoz.